Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Seattle Seahawks and the Atlanta Falcons. Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports. Fielded right around the 8. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
Second down, here's Mostert again. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
A very good return that time. 18 yards. The Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field.
Ready, break. Go, Jackson, come on.
Now a handoff to Chandler. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Next, the receivers help spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Here's Chandler on 2nd down. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up 1st downs.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. In motion right, Dorsett. Now Chandler. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
They'll come out in a 4-receiver look. 3 men to the right side on 2nd and 6. Now Lawrence. He went backwards there 8 yards, and it brings up 3rd down. They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter.
You got it. Go, go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Philip Dorsett hauls it in. Down inside the 10, and he's going to be out of bounds all the way down at the 2. So close. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A very early momentum changer there. Actually a dream killer for the defense because they forced a 3rd down. Felt like they had a good chance to get off the field defensively, and then they got hit with that big play.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. They run it with Chandler. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Good work there, holding them out on 1st down. And this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
2nd and goal from the 1. Here's Chandler. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Ty Chandler, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are on the board first here this afternoon. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal, they've got to like the way that they started this ball game.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Pulls it in at the 13. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. So they get the 1-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. From the 10. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. Going deep here for Watkins. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. So a 1st interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On play action, Lawrence. Flush to his right. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on a flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
Here we go. Set. 94. Shift. Go. Hey, 27.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Lawrence. He's got Smith here. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Now Lawrence on first down. Eluding the pressure right. Throw left side complete. That's Hawkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. From the 45 on second down, Lawrence. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. And to throw again is Lawrence. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. So they convert on 4th, and now from just outside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Now Lawrence. Flushed out right. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A good pickup there, 26 yards. They'll run on first down. It's Chandler, and he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Ty Chandler with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Seahawks take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 21-0. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. From the 10. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. On play action, Rodgers. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
And he's missed now in his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Jerry Hughes too strong as he's in for the sack.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner?
Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. 19 yards that time for number 19. On first down, Lawrence. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Lawrence. Dorsett making the catch. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Lawrence with a quick throw outside. That's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1. On first down, Chandler. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. On 2nd and very short, Lawrence escaping the pressure right. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Here's Lawrence. This will be caught at about the 5. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
On 2nd and goal, Lawrence buying time to his left. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal. They'll try the left side. It's Chandler. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Ty Chandler on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Seahawks are able to add on to their first-half lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 28-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken just shy of the 10. And able to get this out to the 25. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Another incompletion there. That's 5 in a row now to start this game. He's got to take a deep breath now, step back, shake it off a little bit, trust his offensive line, and hope that his play caller dials up something that can give him a completion and get him going.
Rodgers' throw is caught here by Anderson. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
He'll air this one deep for Anderson. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, Falcons. Robbie Anderson, as the first half is winding down. And the Falcons are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 28-7 ball game. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Seahawks will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point splits the uprights, and the route is on here in this first half. So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. This one taken just inside the 10. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And some room to maneuver. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. Certainly not what they wanted out of the locker room here as they'll start defensively at the 40-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Now a give, right side. Chandler. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right.
Hey, exit.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Lawrence. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Disrupting that play and dropping him was Arnold Ebiketie. Now Lawrence on 3rd and long. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. Well, pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Another try after the 1st down sack. Rodgers looking left side for Watkins, and he's got him. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. A lot of ground left to make up, obviously, a lopsided contest, and we're already in the 3rd quarter. Now, they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they can just maybe get plays like that and get a little momentum built, they can get the scoreboard a little closer.
And can you add some blinders to the cliche, meaning keep these guys from looking at the scoreboard, because that doesn't help them at all right now. Their focus needs to be on finishing every drive with points and playing mistake-free football from here on out.
Check, check. 31's the mic. Hey, man, watch the boot, watch the boot. Check. Check 30.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
Check 30. 31's the mic. Coming to you, coming to you.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. On 2nd and 12, Rodgers. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marquise Bell. And the Seahawks are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day. They're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Chandler, and he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Lawrence will throw. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. It's a 9-yard gain, and it'll keep the drive moving. On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Well, partner, still in the 3rd quarter, but they've got this one well in hand and still airing it out with gusto and picking up some nice gains.
And even in lopsided games like this, you don't really see starters get lifted or the foot come off the gas before the 4th quarter. No one wants to leave any doubt when they're playing well. They just want to continue the process.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Hey, 7.
And they'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Chandler. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 3 quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Hey, lock it.
You better be afraid of me.
Hey.
Tight dog.
Hey, Charlie.
27, Mike 27. Man, I got you. Hey, check Mike 27. Check Mike 27.
Go. 5.
Again, it's Lawrence. Dorsett's got it. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Now, this offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. A throw complete to Dorsett. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Philip Dorsett, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Seahawks are on their way to a 2-0 start. Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. Taken from about the 12. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again. They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Back to you. I'm going back to jump out. Mike 6. Here we go. Hey, check Mike 6.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And this is caught by Watkins. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now, and all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
I got you.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
What we got? Hey, check number 50. Mike 6. Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet. Mike 6. Mike 6. Focus, defense, focus. Box it.
And again, it's Rodgers. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
The offense on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now it's Rodgers. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big one there on third down. They hit for 30 yards.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
In motion right is Watkins. Rodgers now on first down. Flush to his right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try and throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hey, check 26.
31's the mic. I hope we brought your...
Here's Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And the Seahawksons are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Well, up big here in the 4th quarter, up really big. That passing incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On 3rd down, Lawrence
Forced out to his left.
And this almost intercepted. Not sure he saw the free safety that time. But lucky, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Hey, check Mike 27. Check Mike 27. Know your job.
Hey, wahoo!
Mike 27. Mike 27. Stop your whining.
Fourth down. Here's Lawrence. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Looking to throw, Lawrence. But it's caught on the right side at Smith. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it's second down. Lawrence going to throw again. Lawrence hit and the ball is free. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away.
Hey, check Mike 27. Check Mike 27. Yo, 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 yo. Yo.
Now Lawrence to throw. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
Now here's Michael Dixon. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow. That incompletion brings us one snap closer to the end of this one, maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Let's get off the field. Inside. Check Mike. Check Mike. 31's the Mike. I'm coming. I'm coming.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Rodgers. Man open. That's complete to Dalton Schultz. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta. Now, fourth quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. Back one. 31's the Mike. Come on, D. 31's the Mike.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right.
31's the Mike. You must be.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. He finds his man complete. That's Watkins. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. That's another gain of 15 on back-to-back plays.
Rip right. 31's the Mike. Twist. 31's the Mike. Watch the screen.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
after the incomplete pass. Here now is 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. He finds his man, complete. It's Watkins. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. The Falcon passing game looking good on this drive as they get the first down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
On play action, now Rodgers. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Extra point right down the middle, and that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, they don't need to score here, that's for sure. They could just kneel it. They've got the huge lead late fourth quarter, but we'll see how they're feeling, Charles.
He's got a man, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A gain of 39 that time.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout, and actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the third quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the fourth quarter is out.
And the pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
We got to get this stop here, D. Check 50, check 50. Check it.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Dancing to his left. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
And it has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today, but on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. This is complete to Hawkins.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Ready. 8, read. Hey, foxtrot. You better break. I'm letting you know right now, you better break.
Mike 27, Mike.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Check.
And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence.
Escapes the sack. Oh, he stays up. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And that will force a turnover on downs. On 1st down, Rodgers. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome.
Wilson.
And the Seahawks come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear?